Is there too many immigrants in this country?
You can never have too much of anything.
Does the UK have too many immigrants?
You're trying to put me on the spot, right?
Well, I don't see any English person, dying to work in a care home and, wipe the arse off some old person.
I was speaking to a gentleman then that's looking for a house, and he happens to be calling almost 30 people a day, and still looking for a house. And that is in result of obviously too many people in the country. What would you say to that?
But what's the problem? Like, who owns the world?
It is true, yeah, but I also believe that,
I've spoke to migrants as well. Some of them just want to come here because, I heard Britain gives you free housing and free this and free that. There's just not one separate, British culture and identity.
They've lost it. The moment they start attacking their own flag, that's when you lose your own country. That's when everything is done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Manchester right now. Oh God. I feel anxious every time I'm here because I've seen crazy videos from this place. It does not look civil. Pray for me, but we're gonna be asking people questions, so we have to find them first of all. We have to find them. Hi there, sir. How you doing? You all right?
Sorry?
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
So we're asking people simple questions today. Would you like to participate?
What's the question about?
Might as well, right? Does the UK have too many immigrants?
You're trying to put me on the spot right there, bro.
How?
Nah, you're trying to put me on the spot, bro.
Bro, how? It's a simple question. Does the UK have too many immigrants?
I would say no, but it depends, to be honest. So
You don't think there's too many immigrants in it?
so, yeah.
No. You think we want more? Should we get more?
I wouldn't say we should get more though.
But you said there's not too many, so you might be...
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're trying to put me on the spot right here, bro.
I don't
need to
Be careful, be careful. So why do you think we don't have too many immigrants? Why do you think there's not that many immigrants coming into the country if you think we don't have too many?
I mean, I would say, it's just based on, different opinions and that, because it's legal immigrant are actually... I'd say they came in legally.
That's right.
But, if you're coming in illegally, yeah, that's wrong.
Are you referring to the people on the boats?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
basically. So,
But you'll be surprised to know that there's too many legal immigrants that the politicians have been trying to basically half. And they have half it because in 2023 there was over 800, almost a million legal immigrants.
Yeah.
And 2024 they cut that in half to 430,000.
But I would
So-
say... Sorry.
So are the politicians wrong for cutting the legal immigrants as well, or is there something I'm missing here?
Nah, the thing is, if you're talking about legal immigrants, it's all about they're adding more to the country. Because they're basically working here, spending the money here, paying taxes and that. You get what I mean? But if you're talking about illegal immigrants, I feel like the people working are the ones still paying for them.
Yeah, I'm talking about immigrants as a whole. Illegal, everybody.
I feel calm still.
So you want more legal immigrants? Because if I say illegal, I mean, you say I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
But do you want more legal immigrants in the country?
No, I said I'm calm. We're good. It's all right.
Keep them coming.
What?
Keep them
no,
coming.
not keep.
Oh, you
keep
don't.
It. Yeah, they're all right. It's all good. What?
But one might argue because we're having too much legal immigrants coming in, that means we have to import more, especially on the NHS basis, we have to import more doctors because there's too many people in the country to be able to take care of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
legal
saying.
and illegal.
All right. It's because everywhere is packed right now.
Oh, so you think we don't need too many immigrants?
I don't think we need more.
But you started by saying we need more immigrants.
No, I didn't. But the thing was, I thought you're trying to put me on the spot. You get me? But obviously, when we get to understand...
Oh, was it because it was too direct?
Yeah. So
Okay,
when we
makes sense.
when we get to understand the difference between illegal immigrant and
Illegal.
legal and illegal,
Right.
and then we get to understand immigrants in general, it's calm. We're good. Because, everywhere's packed right now. I'm actually looking for an apartment right now.
How hard is it? Oh, I've gone through that, bro.
Oh, my days.
That was the hardest time.
Yo.
How many people do you call a day? How many
Bro.
promised visits have you been given?
Yesterday alone, I called about Like, if I'm not bugging, I called about 30 people yesterday.
And all of them either have been given away
I got one viewing today actually, but for me, it's not my taste. Like the space is so small, and
how much is it? Talk to me. Talk to me.
bro? It's like how much? 700.
Yeah, for a tiny little
For
place,
just a
right?
tiny little place. Like, what's it like if I'm living in London in a shared apartment?
Yeah.
Like,
That's even tinier and even expensive.
bro.
Yeah. That's the cost of legal and illegal migration.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Cause like I feel like if they're coming in, I'm an immigrant myself.
Yeah, me too.
You get me? So it's just like if everyone is too packed right here, yo, there's no space.
Yeah,
no space at all.
it ruins everything for everybody, right?
Literally.
Because you're gonna have to wait in the queue for every single place you go to.
Oh my days.
So what do you suggest we do? Are you gonna self-deport?
I'm not saying anything, bro. That it's not in my place to say anything, but I mean anything the government is gonna do.
You're good with it.
I'm good.
Thank you so much, bro. That was warm. Appreciate you, man. Wow. So the public opinion is shaky right now. Come with me. So of course people think there's not that many immigrants in the country. There's not that much migrants coming in. But then when you talk about what they go through day to day, every single day, they start changing their opinion. Meaning like, hey, I have to wait for longer when I'm looking for a house, or I have to wait for longer when I'm going to the hospital. And then I'm like, okay, that's because of more people coming in now. More strain on the public services, more strain on systems. And then they start changing their mind. But let's carry on. Let's figure out who else wants, what the public think. Is there too many immigrants in this country?
You can never have too much of anything.
So there's not that many immigrants in the country.
Why see them as immigrants and not just people that want to experience what we have?
No, it's about people migrating to the country. Is there too many?
But what's the problem? Like, who owns the world? God. God put us all on
I
this
agree with
earth.
that.
Are we not allowed to travel where we want? Are we not allowed to go? When we go on holiday, they don't tell us we can't go there. So
What's that something to say? Come in.
So why not let people come to a country to be safer and have a better way of living? It doesn't make sense. You can't restrict people of that right just because you were born to be more privileged. Do you get me? So yeah.
You know when you mentioned privilege, what's that privilege?
I do think there is
And
a
who's it
privilege
to?
there is a privilege, especially in this country. I don't think we've experienced war. We've not experienced
The civil war, no.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Whereas people in certain countries are going through wars, losing families, losing babies, like
Yeah.
it's a privilege. We're alive, we're healthy, we're safe, we can work, we can make a living. They don't have that same privilege. So I don't think it's right for normal people to just turn around and say, oh, we don't want any people in our country taking our jobs. Well, who made it your job?
You know, one might argue that when you bring too many people in a country, you get a lot of strain on public services like the NHS, the police, and all these great stuff. I was speaking to a gentleman then that's looking for a house, and he happened to be calling almost 30 people a day, and still looking for a house. And that is in result of obviously too many people in a country. What would you say to that?
Well, there's land in Africa. Tell them to go to Africa, buy land, you can get a house.
She works in the NHS. Come in, bro. Come in, because they can't hear you, bro. Hold this.
Obviously, the people in the NHS, most of them, they're not from this country. If someone that immigrates here can do better than someone born here, that only says something about someone that's born here, not the immigrant.
Yeah,
What I'm trying to say.
So-
We all have the same opportunities here, and if you're born here, it's even easier to go forward. We got free education. It's easy to get into university. I don't see any excuse really, unless you obviously got certain backgrounds. You know, it can be a bit harder. But an immigrant coming from like a third world country, you know.
Yeah, but one might keep the microphone. One might argue that when you bring in more people into the area, it puts more strain on the councils to try and fund those people houses, try and put them in schools. When there's too many kids in that area, there's not that many schools. Then that means they have to travel far to go to a school.
I mean,
and then wait, hold on, because obviously houses.
Yeah.
We are under strain. The government is still struggling to build the houses that they promised that they're going to build.
Yeah.
That's the results of bringing so many people in the country. What would you say to that, bro?
I mean,
'Cause,
it is true, yeah, but I also believe that, you know, the government just have to monitor it better.
So not stop them from coming in, just
Not
monitor
something-
what
but
they hear.
Yeah. And I think most of like the UK, you know, they cause many wars in many countries that causes people to come here anyway.
Right.
So
You think the UK is they cause many wars in other countries that results in people coming into the country here.
sometimes, yeah.
But in today's time, when you see the illegal immigrants coming in boats, is that the UK's fault?
Not necessarily, no, because it's illegal, but I feel like, you know, there's good opportunities here, so obviously people are going to want to come here.
Yeah, I understand. So you want more boats in?
Now, I wouldn't say more boats, but I just think it's not really a problem, like immigration as a whole.
So it's not a problem to have illegal.
You know, illegal is
Coming
a
in.
problem because it's illegal.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
that's the boats.
But it's really like a 50-50 subject.
So what do you do with them? Do you just let them keep coming in?
That's up to the government.
But-
I can't
but-
really comment on that, to be fair.
But not really, because we are the people who decide who's gonna, you know, what we are the people who choose what we want to be represented in the parliaments. So like right now you're paying taxes. When somebody comes in the UK illegally, it costs us 50,000 per head. That's your money, bro, my money.
I know, but you know what it is? I think if we
Are you okay spending that every single year?
I mean, I think if we didn't do Brexit, I think we wouldn't have as many immigrants here anyway.
Oh, it's because of Brexit.
I think that, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Because before, when we was in the, you know, European Union, you could give immigrants to other countries as well.
Yeah,
but
the
now,
return
because
right.
we're not in it, you know, obviously
We can't
they
return
send
them.
more to here. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, makes sense. I totally understand. Thank you so much. I mean, we can go back and forth, but
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. How you doing? You alright?
I'm good. Bro, I watch your YouTube channel, innit?
Oh, you do?
Bro, wait, you support Reform UK, right?
No, I don't support any party. I've not. I just.
But I know you do content, bro. I know you do
You
content.
wanna hold this?
Yeah, I know you do content as well, bro. Would it be okay if I do content? Would you do content for us as well? That's right.
Well, you wanna ask me something?
Yeah, but I don't mind doing. I don't mind doing the content for
Yeah,
you as well.
yeah. Go on, ask me a question. Let's get going.
So-
The camera's rolling. Are you rolling, bro? Yeah, rolling. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Speed is the.
Oh, cool.
It's good.
So I've got 2 questions for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Oh,
Oh, you just clip it. Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Ooh. All right, cool. Let's do it.
What's up, man? Thanks, man. So, hey, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro. What's your name?
Sharif.
Sharif Baraka. Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you,
Sharif.
bro. But I just want to ask you, what's your opinion on mass immigration or just the immigration issue that's happening in the UK? Because now it's become such a controversial topic, and everyone is just, you know, so angry and so wound up. Like, I think immigration is now the biggest political issue facing this country right now. So what's your, you know, my first question is, what's your opinion on the immigration stance in the UK?
I think it's very disturbing to see how the government have handled it, because almost since 2010, every single government that's come in has promised to cut or take control of migration, illegal and legal as well. So Boris Johnson, Theresa May, all those people, Rishi Sunak, even all the people have come in, especially the Conservative, they promised to cut migration or to control it, to take control of it. But when they got in, they did nothing. And now Labour is in, more pressure, cut it. And they are obviously still trying, but they have cut half of it, of legal and illegal migration, but still, we're still getting people in the boats. Now, reason why that's becoming a very political, that's being politicized, is because I spoke to a gentleman who's looking for a house. He's been calling 30, he's been making 30 calls a day. I mean, that's insane. He's looking for a house. He still hasn't found a house. You know why? Because there's too many people in the country. And the houses are expensive now. He's looking for a house. He's going to view a house today, and it's a tiny little place. And he's going to be paying like £700 plus for that tiny little place. You want to know why? Because there's too many people. The demand is high. So guess what properties investors and, you know, the business will do? Will raise price, right? Of course. That's the problem when you have too many people in a country. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with this. I don't know if they're going to, obviously, but they're trying to cut it down. But so far, they've made a lot of promises, but they're not doing what they said they were going to do. They're not taking control of it. And that's why a lot of people are becoming radical with it, and calling a lot of stuff, saying that me and you should be deported.
But do you think
That's where we go with it now.
But do you think a lot of people say that, you know, immigrants are coming in and they're doing the jobs that immigrants are coming in and doing the jobs that the native Brits that don't want to do, which they do have a point, because I've worked a lot of low-skilled jobs myself, but I don't see any English person, you know, dying to work in a care home and, you know, wipe the arse off some old person. There, I don't see any English person,
Actually, there is. It's just that I understand your argument. I get it. When you're ordering a pizza, you get Mohammed delivering the thing. I'm not trying to stereotype here. When you're ordering stuff from Deliveroo, you get a guy in a little bike coming in. It's either black or Asian. I get that. That is obviously that's an economy of delivery and stuff, food delivery. A lot of that has been occupied by legal and illegal migration, of course. Now, to their claim that they say, hey, these guys are coming in and taking our jobs, they are saying in general. They're not just saying about tiny little job. They're saying doctors, because right now, 68% of new doctors that are registered in the NHS were immigrants. And not to say that Britain doesn't have doctors or this. No, they do. It's just that because we need more now. We need so many from outside because we have too many people here. We can't have just the doctors that are studying here. We need doctors from abroad.
But why is the government training British native-born Brits to be doctors so we don't have to recruit people from overseas? Why
No,
not do
they
that?
have been trained. They have been trained.
I mean, they're not. If we have mass levels of people coming in to be doctors, then you know what I'm saying.
Well, they have been trained. The reason why we need to get more people in, more foreign doctors in, is because we have too many people here. We have too many people.
But do you think because we're living longer, that's why we need more doctors and we need
That
more?
could be one thing, and of course I'm happy for that. I don't want to change that. Come on, I want to see somebody here in 150 one day. But then again, would they be actually contributing anything to the society at that age? That's something we can debate about. But in terms of teaching native Brits to become doctors, they are becoming doctors. They are doctors. It's because when there's too many people, because right now we're getting 500,000 people coming in every single year. That's legal.
Yeah.
500,000 coming in every single year. Now let's take a town of like Manchester, right? 500,000 people. Let's say they broke that down, maybe 100K people coming in Manchester. Where would you put them? Wherever you put them, you're going to need to invest more into that place. You're going to need more doctors in that place. Hospitals, we're going to need more doctors. We don't have that many students. We don't have that many doctors. So we're going to have to get some people from abroad to come and help us out. That's the situation we're in. But again, there is some people who say random stuff like, they're here to take our jobs. But then in reality, the person who's saying that is actually doing nothing. Yeah. I get that. That's an argument that, of course, that needs to be debated about, and there's a conversation that needs to be had.
And but I think I'm 50-50 with the mass immigration bit, because I think like I said as well, if you're gonna allow mass levels of people coming into the country, you got to have the resources, the housing, the schools, and everything to cope with the demand. So
that's right.
You can't have one pie, and expect 80 people to share from that one pie. That one pie is for one person. So that's right. I think the problem with mass levels of immigration is I think it's happened at such a rapid pace. And
what do you suggest we do?
I think immigration. I think there should be more checks, because I think the UK right now, you need to understand that, right? The mass immigration is a business. People think it's just something for the economy. It's actually money. Do you know how much? Do you know how much migrants pay for visas? They're paying like 3, 5, 10 grand each. You know how much money the Home Office is making from each migrant due to visa application? So it's a business as well. It makes money.
Yeah, it makes money even if they get accepted or rejected. Because once you pay, you don't get your refund back. So yeah, it's a really lucrative business. But then also it's a business in a corporate stance as well. Because when you have businesses like Deliveroo and all these food delivery, they need migrants to come in so they can, not to say that he's one of them. I'm saying they need people who will come in and work to deliver food for £3. And I'm sure if you're native Brits and you've envisioned to become something greater in your life, I'm sure you're not going to go out there and say, hey, this is my career. But if you're a migrant and you're struggling and you're just trying to step into something, you want to earn a little bit, then you're going to get on a bike and deliver the food. And that is bringing in almost £12 billion a year. to the British economy. That's a lot of money. Now, if the government tried to tackle that, guess what? They're going to be saying no to that amount of money. So again, it's a big bubble, yeah. It's a big fight they have to,
And I
it's a
think
big dragon they have to stay for sure.
to wrap up my first question I asked you, I think, like I said, with me, I'm 50-50 with the migration issue, because like I said, I've seen the sides where there are migrants that do come here and they work their socks off, just because at the end of the day, they come from a country where, you know, what they're earning here is literally so huge compared to what they're earning back home. So they have,
understand,
so
yeah.
they've got, they have no choice but to work hard, because if they go back, they're going to be earning pennies if they go back to their country. So they've got no choice to.
Are you saying that for legal migration?
I think
illegal?
I think legal. For the legal migration, and I think but at the end of the day, I want to just also come into my next question with
So you don't have problem with illegal migration?
I think with illegal migration, I think it's a very controversial topic.
Well, what do you think?
I think
Should they be coming in? Should we keep the boats coming in?
I think no, because at the end of the day, what's the
Why?
point? What's the point of me having a passport, going through passport checks, when someone can just come in by small boats?
Do you
and just
understand
come
how
there?
unfair it is, right?
Yeah. So I think every country has the rights to control its borders. I don't think it makes you a racist or far right or Nazi. I think every country has the rights to control,
border control, right?
control its borders. But I think, right now, I think we need to know. I think the Home Office just needs to do a better check on who's an actual genuine refugee and who's just coming in because, I've spoke to migrants as well. Some of them just want to come here because, I heard Britain gives you free housing and free this and free that. So like I said as well, and if let's say illegal migrants are quote unquote getting that, then it's just going to encourage more people to come, and so they have to make a deterrent. So
Yeah, there needs to be a strong deterrent. I agree.
So
I agree.
I think but at the end of the day, there are genuine asylum seekers that genuinely do need help, and
agree.
genuinely
I also agree with that too.
are vulnerable as well.
But then they have to wait in line and wait for the application to be processed,
I mean,
not here,
yeah.
somewhere else.
But at the end of the day, I mean, every country has its rules and procedures. So yeah,
And we have
you
ours,
understand?
and ours have been broken every single day.
Well, I think at the end of the day, that's down to the government to fix that.
So you think the government are not doing well then?
I mean, which government in the last 25 years has been doing well? We've had Tories for 14 years. They haven't done nothing for any of the citizens. Well, most of us are more poorer. Cost of living is high.
Yeah.
All that,
Cost us more
taxes.
to do the normal stuff.
Yeah, literally, people are literally just working to literally just pay their bills. Literally.
That's right. They're getting in debt to get food.
Yeah. So I think.
Wow, it's insane, right?
Yeah, I think there should be more. I think there should be a process. I think people should have to follow the rules. I don't think, one rule for this person and the one rule for the other. I think, people have to, there has to be some form of rules and structure in place. But like I said, I think it's down to the government. And
So you was trying to go to multiculturalism.
yeah,
How's that like?
so I think so.
What's your question on
So
that?
back to so my next topic is so this is when I said about the legal immigrants coming in. So my next question is multiculturalism. Does it work, and can it ever work? And like I said, for me as well, I'm 50-50 on multicultural. I think, it's amazing. I've got friends from different cultures and different backgrounds, but unfortunately, when you're living in a society where you've got mass levels of people from different cultures, values, norms, ways of life, it's going to cause some problems.
That's right.
So that's
I
one
agree.
thing that a lot of people think, that multiculturalism is a kumbaya ideology. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. If human beings, if multiculturalism worked, bro, we will be living in peace, but it's not happening.
Yeah, the reason why it's not multicultural. I understand the idea behind it, and if it was practiced if they change the way that they're going around it, it would make we'll see a little bit different. But the reason why we're seeing chaos rather than, this utopia society that they promised us. The reason why we're seeing you see multiculturalism right there, we just witnessed it right in our eyes. Now, the government. This is the thing, right? When they know where mostly Muslims are. They know where all the Syrians are. They know where the Egyptians, the travelers are. They know where the Irish are. They know where the Congolese and stuff. So every time when they get a Congolese guy coming in, they think it's better to put them to the place where their people are. That's not multiculturalism. Who's he there to learn English from? Who's he there to learn the way of life here in Britain? Nobody. You know, so when you go to places like Rochdale, right? Some places in Rochdale where there's full on like, it's like boom, you're in Pakistan or some shit. Yeah? And then when more Pakistanis come in, they think it's better to send them there. That's not what are they learning?
I mean,
how are they gonna learn English if everybody around them is speaking the native language?
I mean, bro, I mean, I live in London, so I'm, you know, I don't even live up north. I live in London, so I live in multiculturalism on steroids. So
Exactly right.
So I think with me, the problem with multiculturalism, I think, because like I said, I don't know if you've been to London a lot.
That's right. Yeah, I've been to London.
So in my opinion, what we have in London is called multicultural segregation. That's what it's called.
It is.
So,
It is a segregation because every single group now has a little clan somewhere.
Yeah,
in the country, which
in the
is
borough.
not what assimilation really.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem that we have. We have people from different countries. Fair, okay, that is multiculturalism, because you have all that multiple different countries, but they're not actually assimilating with each other. Like you said, you got people in London where they've never spoken to anyone outside of their cultural group.
That's right.
That is crazy.
And that's why they're not able to speak English properly. That's why they're not able to go out there and learn the way of life here in Britain, because they have no one around them that forced them to. Because listen, when we came in the country, we had the area that we were in was full white. It was easier for us. I think that was best. Because when you come out, hello, hi, neighbors forcing you to speak English. Yeah, you're not coming out and be like, hey, you're speaking, you know, Bengal or some shit like that. No, you're coming out and speaking English. You go into the shop, English. You're forced to do that, and it just, in a matter of time, you will be like the people who were there before you, right? But their multiculturalism, as you said, is segregation. They're like, oh yeah, we want all the Muslims here, oh, multicultural. We want all the Syrians here, multicultural. Then guess what? Now everybody's saying, that's my block, this is my block, this is my block. And next minute, some native people can't go there.
I think
that's a problem.
I think the problem with multiculturalism in the UK, like I said as well, I think even when people say what it means to be British, I think Britain has lost its identity, and Britain has lost, because at the end of the day, because we have mass levels of immigration and we have multiculturalism, and like I said, cultures are man-made ideas made by human beings. There's no objectivity with culture. Culture is subjective. So, and because we have so much ideas, cultures, values, norms, different ways of life, there's not a one British culture and identity that we share. And that's the problem with what does it mean to be British? I don't know that, because like you said,
that's been diluted.
That's
been diluted.
So
everybody has their own version of it. Even the government can't even tell us what is the meaning of being a British. Look at the Church of England. They can't even. I don't even know which God they're believing in anymore. So all this thing has been diluted. Now we see the King Charles is out there saying, you know, doing the Islam stuff, and we've seen all these things, and we're like, hey, this is meant to be this. It used to be this, but not anymore. And now we have young people who can't define what is actually British and not. Because anybody can be British now. It's all about, you know, the guy's coming in dingy right now. He's British now. You know, as soon as he enters, he's British.
I just think that for me, I just think that you know, Britain is, you know, there's just not one separate like British culture and identity. I think for me,
they've lost it. The moment they start attacking their own flag, that's when you lose your own country. That's when everything is done. You know, because every single nation, when nations come together, the first thing that you see that's visible is flags. And the moment the native people are attacking each other for raising the flag, that is a problem. And that needs to be fixed. So when you talk about, you know, culture and stuff that we can all define cultural belief and all these norms, all that is cool. But the moment you're attacking the one thing that visually separate you from everybody else, you've lost everything. Now you're raising the flag is considered aggressive and wrong and racist and Nazis and all these things and far right and all. For just raising the colours. I don't have no problem raising the colours. Raise the colour every chance you get.
But I
raise
think
actually. Oh shit! Raising the colours, bro. No way.
I just think.
Am I raising the colours every time?
I just think for me, like I said, with multiculturalism, you know, it's a very controversial topic, and I think, like I said as well, we're living in a country where, like you said, I go to some parts of East London, bro. I've lived in East London my whole life. I look, but people look at me like I'm some alien. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like you said,
who lives there? That's the question. Who lives
it's
there?
mostly like a South Asian area. Like for example, when I go to,
it's a clan now. It's a segregation place where you have to be Asian or you have to be somehow their faith.
No, I don't think I kind of disagree. I don't think you
go on.
have. I mean, you can go anywhere in London.
You can.
There's no space where it's like Asians only. Like we don't live in a 1950s segregated America.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying that if you don't
look at you weird, like why are you here type.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
There's places in Manchester where I go and I feel like, man, I'm not. You feel yourself that you're not meant to be there.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. I get it. There's no line where it's like, hey, don't cross this line. Of course there's not. But you can see it in the senses of people that, they're not meant to be here, bro. The blacks are over there. Yeah. And even if you go to the black side, when you go to even in Manchester, when you go to Moorside or Moston Lane, you feel that too. As a black person, you feel like, oh, this is home. You see the Nigerians, oh, this is home. The music is not, it's not English. You're like, oh yeah, this is home.
And I think the problem,
so it's like
yeah,
that everybody it's becoming like Great Britain, and there's like every single person has like conquered their own territory and put their own flag and be like, this is ours. The Nigerians can come here, or the Somalians can come here. There's places here where there's like Somaliland. It's like, what? That's crazy. In London, there's a video that went viral of a guy attacking a girl because the girl was in the wrong land and the land was Somaliland. But it's actually not Somaliland, it's Acton. But he says this is Somaliland. Think of the confidence you have to declare the land as Somaliland. It's like, what? It's freaking insane. And search it up, Acton. That place in London.
And I think, where's it? And I think as well today as well, because like I said as well, I want to talk about the international student as well. A lot of international students are coming to the UK, like, some of them, not just migrants in general. Like, there's two types of migrants, right? I've met the ones that have assimilated, the ones that are open-minded, they get to know the culture, meet different types of people, just actually take the opportunity of being here. And then you got the ones that just, like you said as well, because let's say, for example, India, right? Because there's such a huge Indian, establishment and base here that's already been built in the UK, they don't need to integrate or mix with other cultures because they can just go to Wembley and everyone just speaks their language, eats their food, live their way of life, and don't need to integrate. And that's what
it feels like home.
And I had an Indian student told me as well that she was in which part was it? She was in like Manor Park, like that part of East London. She told me as well that I don't even feel like I'm in England. I feel like I'm in India.
There was a viral interview that went viral. I'm sure you're trying to refer to that. There was a viral lady that the viral video went out, and they said they asked her. There's something like, how do you feel like Britain and stuff? And she said, no, it feels like India. It went viral. I think that was Sky News that did it. It was insane. Yes, you say about India because right now the numbers of Indians is like the most people who are coming in. They're like 6 times more than the people than European they are. Right. Let me think. There's like 180,000 Indians coming in the country every single year. That's a lot of numbers, and that's the top native. That's where the countries are. That's the top country. The next one is Pakistan, and that is like 78,000 a year. And the next one is then you got China, and then. But the problem,
can I speak as well? Because
but when these guys come in, they go where they feel is already like home, that's why you get the problem that we have.
But I think as well, even like for example, but like I said as well, mass. These
are legal as well.
Yeah, back to the mass. Like even like I said, the reason why mass levels of immigration and they're bringing in people who are not gonna assimilate or even integrate. Like I said, you got cultures, right? They won't even assimilate with other cultures, let alone British culture.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So if they won't even assimilate with other ethnic cultures, how on earth do you think they're gonna assimilate to quote unquote British culture? That's what I'm saying.
That's a problem that needs to be tackled.
Wizard, that's what I'm saying. And Wizard, like I said as well, the UK is now becoming a country where, like you said, you do genuinely feel like an alien. Because like I said, there's parts of London where I go to where, like you said, you literally feel like an alien. Because and I've lived in London my whole life, like since I was.
It feels like it's a place where you can go and find your territory, conquer it, put your own flag, and then because right now in London, some of the some of the platforms have, been written in different.
Yeah, the train stations in Hindi, in Hindi.
Whitechapel, right?
I think in Hindi or something.
I think it was Hindi or some other language.
Yeah, Hindi.
I'm thinking, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How? And for them to do that, you have to be at the very top. That's a proof at the very top. It's not a guy who's coming in and be like, I'm gonna change the banner today. No, it's coming from the top. So you have to know how deep this problem really is. Something needs to be done. But it's been great talking to you, boss.
Yeah, honestly, man.
So then I was born in a refugee camp in Tanzania. At the time, there's so many people ran there. A lot of people were going there, real refugees, after being butchered from the civil war that erupted in Congo. My parents applied for asylum to all the countries. They waited. Now, then I was born in that camp, the same camp. I'm talking tents. I was born there. Now, we're waiting and waiting and waiting. For 14 years, we were waiting. Now, of course, these guys could choose to wait as well, but these guys hijacked that and they come in the country illegally. Now, the media will brand you guys racist, far right, the worst people here, the worst group here. How come the good group didn't invite me to go speak over there? So I call this the greatest awakening because all the way from over there, there's hundreds of people turning up. It's a Saturday, for God's sake. They could easily go around and watch football and have fun, go on a date, do all the lovely stuff they could do. But instead, they want to stand here, rain or not. They're ready to send the message. And I believe the message will be received today. Thank you so much.
For anybody in the back who struggled to hear this young man's story, what incredible, brave young man.
Oh yes, I
British Christian values, regardless of his own beliefs. Let's hear it for Baraka.
Thank you.